Gaming bets. We accept bets on computer games online since 2011. Referral system for regular users and the first deposit bonus. Gaming devices store and the best choice of payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, Counter-Strike and StarCraft, World of Tanks and League of Legends. EGB.com. You know for sure who's going to win.
Getting tired of playing with the usual skins but don't have enough money to buy a new one? Get rich fast with CSGoFast.com. CSGoFast. It's a strong chance of winning in every game. Several rooms with different game modes. Daily, more than 1,000 games, 5,000 players, and 25,000 skins at stake. You don't need much in order to sweep the board.
Welcome back to the Starladder I-League Star Series Season 2 China Finals. Yeah, you know the deal by now. We are still looking into the, I don't know, other technical problems sorted? I don't know who I'm looking at. There's no one else in the room. But yeah, I'm hoping we are now going to be going into the game. So, yeah.
I was just acutely looking at the screen, just hoping for the best on the laptop here to see something. But I think we are. You guys can see it as well. We're finally in the game. Cyberzen versus B.O.O.T. It's going to be that pistol round taking place. Cyberzen on the CT side, B.O.O.T on that T side. And already we're seeing 4 sets of armor rolling out for Cyberzen. That's a kit in the hands of Advent. We see B.O.O.T. They're looking for some quick aggressive frags here, but the first frag will fall into the hands of Lovey. Assassin trying to do some damage, picks up 2 frags for himself. Savage though will find one as well. So the trade's coming into plenty now. Lovey going to try and be the god from above there, tagging away so much. TB picks up a frag for himself. And suddenly a 3 versus 2 here. Cyberzen, they will take an advantage, making it a 3 versus 1. And Cyberzen will walk away with the pistol round. 2 huge frags towards the end of that one coming in for Lovey.
Yeah, really nice start to the round. They're going to be rolling on to the next one with the buy coming in. And, well, whether we're going to see much of a force from the T side, they're probably just going to come in with the Tech 9s. I don't know if MM will opt to save. But no, he's not going to go for that AWP just yet. He wants to wait. Well, no. Wait until later rounds. Obviously, he can't buy it now. But you get what I mean. Like, he's going to buy...
Nice thought process.
And then save. I just kind of skipped out the middle bit, thinking everybody else would get my thought process.
I mean, we've basically sat there and mentally went through the entire map on our head about 6 times over. So I think we're pretty much raring to go to just kind of burst out some thoughts at you guys, because we've had so much time to sit here and think exactly what on earth is going to go on. Because unfortunately, tech delays did happen. But we're looking at TB. He's got a huge HQ grenade just waiting in his hands. If he throws this at the perfect time, could do so much damage. But eventually, he's actually going to throw a really weak grenade, and it's going to be completely pointless.
Yeah, they do actually have 4 SMGs in this scenario, so the range could actually pay out for the T side, but up close and personal are those SMGs. Nice work for the first couple. Will be TB and Savage doing the work and actually going to stop that bomb plant, which is pretty much exactly what they needed to do. MM will manage to find one with a dig, and actually the turnaround from SA7 will do the work, meaning only 2 players surviving at the moment, but one of them does have a rifle. The big factor would be if they can get the bomb down and running away, MM trying to sneak, but I think they're going to know his position fairly well.
A good way to kick things off here. He's going to be trying his best. He's got a deagle in hand. The smoke will be going down to really deny him any vision at all. So now we look to the Cyberzen side. They're going to be splitting up here, making sure they have full control of both of these sites respectively. And the key thing is that deagle pushes out. It's going to be going straight into the hands of Lovey. He's got the rifle just ready and waiting. The frag will roll in, and well, you can see Cyberzen. They're going to be getting into this one. Feeling pleased. They've got the pistol round win. They've got that second round off the back of that. Now they're looking to find a third. Realistically speaking, they should be able to get the third. B.O.O.T, they won't be able to have too much to buy into this one, only about $2,000 across each player, which means that in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to be too painful.
Yeah, now, of course, we are more expecting just a bit of a save to come out. MM will be dropped to P250 to go into the next round, as he's the one they want with a pistol, but really, I don't actually see much of a chance of him getting an AWP into the next round unless either A, it's glass cannon, or B, they get the bomb down. And that's sort of the hope at the moment. I don't think there's going to be too much. And whether the CTs actually pick one up, you can already see Savage only with the CZ and armor in play. So the likelihood is he would actually come up. But either way, Advent starting things off nicely, making an extra $600 for himself.
Well, that's going to be the beautiful thing here. If they can just make themselves some money, they get themselves in an even better stead as they go into that gun round with, more effort per se on the actual rifles instead of the SMGs they are currently playing with. Of course, looking at B.O.O.T, they're playing this one very, very slowly, trying to find something, but unfortunately, one by one, they are going to be hitting the deck. Those SMGs just doing so much damage, so much money being made. Only one frag will be from not an SMG, and that will be to the hands of a CZ. So money certainly being made by the Cyberzen side.
Yeah, now we're just waiting to see what's actually brought up. I'm expecting just straight AKs across the board for the T side, but the CT should be able to actually grab an AWP and start getting things rolling. And there you go. We got Savage on that orb, looking to see what he has to offer, because again, I don't know too much about the Cyberzen side. Like, I've heard the name, I've seen the results, but I've never actually casted the team. So looking to see what this guy has to offer. TB going to be throwing an early smoke to stop any aggression, and may just push forward a little bit more because he does only have an SMG in his hand at the moment.
Advent, they're going to be throwing the smoke there just towards Ivy, trying to slow them down. The timing on this could be perfect. He could also find himself getting one-tapped by Assassin as he goes for that shoulder peek, but thankfully the flash is going to be helping him out. The smoke will roll out as well. Vision now being successfully blocked. But I'm hoping he doesn't go for the overface here and just basically try and find something through the smoke there. Of course, B.O.O.T, they know that storyline. They've been there and they've relived through that one themselves. So they, of course, are going to be spamming away through that smoke well and truly to make sure no funny business going to be taking place.
Yeah, taking their time on this one, the T side. They've gone for some early Ivy aggression, but slowly falling back, and they still have enough time to actually play towards either of these sides. But I'm liking the position at the moment from the SMGs, both playing in close range angles. You can see TB up close on the Ivy position, and or no, actually on the B position, and the Ivy position is held by the other SMG. Either way, they're going to throw out some counter nades as nades rain onto the initial site on the A, but not going to do too much just yet, and it's actually going to be TB holding down that rotation. We see Savage finding another frag and looking very good already for the CT side of things. And, well, I was saying I'd like to see them start on the TT side. Did I really say that?
Yeah,
either way, it's going to be their CT side start that's doing a lot of damage, and there's only 2 players remaining.
Cyberzen looking very strong so far. A great way for them to kick things off in explosive fashion as we look to see what Assassin and B.O.O.T can pull off here. They've got 2 rifles to boot. No utility to play with at all. Already 1 man will fall. B.O.O.T's going to be hitting the deck, taken down by TB. They're a great way for them to try and close this one out. As now we're looking at 1 player alone. Assassin going to be facing into the power of 3. And more Cyberzen, they've got the stronger side. They will take him down. They will punish him for that overface. And he's going to be hitting the deck. So a perfect round coming out from Cyberzen. Great way for them to kick off their series of buy rounds. Getting it perfect only potentially shows what they'll be able to pull off towards the rest of this half as we look towards B.O.O.T. Realistically, their money is, for the grand scheme of things, effectively broken. They will be able to force up a handful of rifles. They are trying their best. But it's going to be pretty rough. There's going to be non-existent utility.
Yeah, well, off the bat of the loss bonus, this is basically their buy being allowed. If they can get a bomb plant, they would actually have a pretty much perfect buy with AKs in the next round, even if they lose. So even that is going to be valuable for their future. Of course, this time they're going towards that B site where the bomb plant is actually quite viable, I kind of even want to say easy, because really, as you can see from the setup, there's only 1 player, and this is sort of what I wanted to see earlier from the MVP side of things, where they just rely on that 1 player quite heavily. And, well, so far, TB, he has been doing the work. Obviously, he's amazing because he has the same initials as me, but it is going to be the early pick coming out from Original, and he's going to be someone I'm actually looking towards quite often in this one. Either way, Assassin or MM going to be taken down in the meantime, and Original will follow the aggression. As said, they've already got their buy confirmed into the next round, and it's looking like that may be all they get from that. Ethan and B.O.O.T going to be trying to close this one out. Ethan, a very up-and-down player, having some good fragging moments to win them the game, but started off very slowly in the first couple of maps. But there's B.O.O.T finding one, looking for a little bit more, but he's slowly being shut out of this round. The Molotov going to leave Ethan quite isolated as B.O.O.T does manage one more, but it's going to be the nade to actually close down the final frag, and that's another round on the board for Cyberzen.
Well, the beautiful thing for Cyberzen right now is they have ridiculous amounts of money in the bank. They have $12,000 plus on the board of TB, and of course another $11,000 in play for Lovey. So they are not worried at all. They've got a lot of money going into this one, and well, that's even after buy. That's going to drop them down to only maybe $5,600 on those players respectively. That's a whole load of money in the grand scheme of things, especially as they find themselves with a 5-0 lead. Whereas on the B.O.O.T side of things, as you explained wonderfully for us, Tom, before, they are going to be getting a buy into this round. It's still not going to be too much utility. No many Molotovs and such coming into play, but it's going to be the smokes and flashes they need, which to go into an execute of sorts, which it's a good basis for a buy round. Certainly is a valid buy round like that, so we can't really complain. But they have to pull off something here. They can't let Cyberzen just walk away with this one, because a 6-0 lead is starting to already be a bit of a train. They're trying to just don't want to let it run away.
Well, yeah, the other thing is a double AWP setup already being brought up for the CT side. TB playing quite close on the B side, and I'm not sure I'm too much of a fan of this. Savage going to go very aggressive, and, well, that's a perfect pick already. Taking down MM, starting things off very nicely. You can see the angle being held by TB. Has to be one, he has to be ready to rotate very, very quickly, but he only needs 1 shot to actually take that frag, and he's going to do just that. Nice work again, hitting every single shot so far, even though they've only actually taken 2.
I'm just going to be waiting to see what takes place here. B.O.O.T already placed on the back foot to CSA7. He's knocked down to just 49 HP. It is looking pretty rough. But nothing major just yet. They can still come back from this one. As we look to see the AWP of TB, though, he's going to be looking for a pick over towards B upper there. And the one concern I've got with this, Tom, look at where that bomb seems to be heading.
Yeah, it is going to be heading over towards B, and they have sort of doubled up the defense on this site. While switching over to the CZ, he is going to get taken down, but a nice couple of shots from TB. And, well, they may have lost one of the AWPs, but TB is just going to clean things up using the other. May not be able to retrieve the secondary AWP, which will possibly mean that Savage has to rebuy it, but with the amount of cash, I don't think he's really going to be sweating too much about that one, and they're even going to drop one over to him. So, great start already for the Cyberzen side of things.
Yeah, they're really not complaining at all. They've built up so much money now. They've got $12,000 in the bank of Lovey. Certainly a bank at that, as we look to see them keep on building on this economy lead. A 6-0 lead is something that B.O.O.T really needs to start stopping. CT side, it's an interesting one for them. If they can keep this one going, Cyberzen are going to be very happy indeed. They will eventually roll on to their T side. But for B.O.O.T, they need to find something here. They're going to be trying their best with these Tech-9s. Doesn't seem like a frag is going to roll in as Advent, a one-man army, just going to be mowing them down. One by one, they will fall. They'll eventually find one frag onto Advent, but it's not going to be enough, as he's going to pick up that spray down. And Cyberzen are going to make it a smooth 7-0.
Yeah, very nice round from him, just stopping any real aggression. You can already see there's now 14,500 onto Love on that side. And, well, this is starting to get into risky territory. They are going to be able to get a full buy in this scenario, as they did just go with some techs, and the extra 3,400 should allow for anything they desire, including an AWP. But the real big thing for me is they haven't actually found very much into a lot of these rounds. The B site, they've been doing better, but still not quite enough. And, well, this time they're just going to go very quickly again, but actually just using the rifles this time. They've got the rifles, they've got the AWP, MM, yet to have an impact. Ethan's going to find the first frag, but quickly traded out by Lovey. And, well, it is going a little bit backwards and forwards, but look at the position of TB. He's going to go very aggressive through the smoke, actually finds two, and this is looking like an open and shut round with only original left. And, well, TB is just an absolute beast.
The word that we said right from the get-go here, possible domination, starting to really kind of echo through my ears here, Tom, because 8-0, that's... We are beginning to get to that line where you can't really come back from it. And albeit it's still got a little while to go, maybe a couple more rounds. But if Cyberzen can get to even 11 or 12, I'm starting to get very, very worried.
Yeah, of course, we have to talk about that. And actually, Savage is going to go for a Mag 7. So maybe not taking this quite as seriously as we'd hoped, because he can actually afford to buy pretty much anything he likes. And, well, Ethan actually going to find the first kill of the round. Maybe we'll see a bit of an upset round, taking things back. Savage is actually going to be playing over towards that B site, so it's understandable. And Lovey actually just still beasting over on A will get taken down. The trade's actually going quite well now for the T side, as they're finding a couple back as SA7 does the work. B.O.O.T will actually fall, and now we're looking at TB yet again. He's in a 1 versus 2. He managed to do the damage last time, but this time he's tapping away, and they both know where he is. He shouldn't be able to find these frags, and finally B.O.O.T will get on the board. And, well, Mag 7, really?
Well, this kind of goes back to my topic I said right from the start about Cyberzen. Realistically, they could just go into this one thinking, we're on a different level to you, we're just going to have a fun game, enjoy ourselves, and kind of relax a little bit. And perhaps the Mag 7 being something that echoes true to that sentiment. Of course, on the same side of things, B.O.O.T, they've now picked up a round. It's an 8-1 scoreline. If B.O.O.T lose this round, their economy is effectively going to be trashed for potentially some of the rest of the half.
Yeah, that's a really big factor, because the T side, they've had the sort of safety net of the loss bonus, allowing them to buy again and again and again. However, here's the aggressor, Savage, not picking up the AWP once more, and, well, sort of questioning that, because he was doing quite well with it when it was in hand. It's looking like another advantage, as SA7 is still doing work. We will see trades going either way, and actually it's ZH to do the most of the damage. 3 kills for him already in the round, and we're looking at MM and B.O.O.T, and now just B.O.O.T left, trying to find something in this round, and TB is already going to be looking to flank him already. Wow. Just, their aim is ridiculous. Like, it's actually like a machine.
Really mechanical stuff, and it means that, well, unfortunately, as much as I don't really want to be saying this for B.O.O.T's sake, it's not happening. Their economy is going to be left in tatters, and the loss bonus completely reset. Of course, they did pick up that one round, which will do the job. A 9-1 scoreline. Tom, what is there to say right now? There is no way to make this look good, make this look positive, a reflection of B.O.O.T. Apart from this is just very, very rough.
Yeah, this is probably the worst case scenario at the moment, as they are going to be reset back down. 9 rounds already on the board for Cyberzen, probably the minimum they'd hope to achieve, and they're definitely on their way to finding a little bit more. Savage going to switch up the shotgun. That was clearly the problem. He had the wrong shotgun, and now he's going to be spamming away, finding a couple, looking for a little bit more, making extra money along the way. And, well, of course, he has the Beastess TB to support him.
Really nice work being done there with the rifle. Can't knock that at all. TB certainly stepping up to play here. And just take a look at that scoreboard. 18 and 1 and 3.
Yeah, no, that's just insane. Especially when you're the solo player on B most of the time. That's actual just madness. Like, that's like Taz level play. Obviously, not Taz normally plays against slightly better opposition, the tier 1 opposition, but it's still a really impressive performance from him at the moment, because the one thing about this B-side player, you can normally expect them to find a couple of flags and then fall, but maybe this is why Savage was just sort of saving all that money up.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring that one up a second. So, not does he only buy Mag 7, now he's buying an auto sniper, and he's going to find a flag. He takes down Original, he's going to find another flag, takes down Ethan as well. This auto sniper is not only going to make so much damage, takes down SA7 as well, but if I was B.O.O.T right now, I'm going to be lounging, I'm going to be full tilt.
Yeah, this is well, this is one of the only maps where I actually don't mind seeing it. I think there's a few other positions where it can be played, but this is definitely a map where you can almost say it's viable. And, well, he's going to get 3 kills.
I'm not denying it's not viable. I'm just thinking B.O.O.T's mentality. It's if I was in B.O.O.T right now, I'd be gone.
The thing with that is, if you have an AWPer who's feeling confident, he should take that pick 9 times out of 10.
They can't even get the money to buy up an AWP.
That's the other problem. They don't have the monetary position to buy an AWP. The confidence is clearly not there. At the moment, you see Original, one of their star players, has 2 kills, and he's not even that far behind the player top of their team. This is the sort of thing I was scared about, in a way, because you know that Cyberzen are one of the best teams in the Chinese scene at the moment. You know that B.O.O.T got a little bit, well, I don't want to say lucky, like they deserved the win against eHome, but they were like put down against that team, saying, okay, they're probably not going to win this one, and they did, and now they're coming up against a team that's probably 10 times better than eHome, and it's showing.
Well, they possibly got one of the worst draws as well to be getting in terms of teams that have made it through that high seed.
I think no matter what you look at it, that's sort of why it's the high seed. I think MVP, from what I've seen, may have been slightly worse, but at the same time, they played against Born of Fire, and that is why it was close, rather than anything else. So I'd say Tyloo could be even worse than Cyberzen, but I'm not really too sure. As I said, it seems like those matchups between those two teams go back and forward and are fairly close. And then, again, Atletico is sort of an unknown factor, and also being from a different region, they probably have a different style altogether, which could be even worse if you come up against something you just don't expect. So they may have expected what they see from Cyberzen. As I said, there's plenty of research for them to do on Cyberzen, but at the same time, having research and beating them is a very different thing altogether.
Yeah, I know what Fnatic might do, but there's no way in hell that I'm ever going to beat them in the
that's the exact sort of idea. Although, like, you look at the sort of... Fnatic are sort of a prime example of where knowing can actually pay off, where there was that the Titan lineup that was just had existence. If you look at the statistics of that lineup, they beat Fnatic probably more times than most other teams, just because he could read them so well. So there are definitely teams where it can work out. It has not worked out here at all, and at the moment, well, we're already seeing 12 rounds. As I said, I've seen a 14-1 go back all the way with 15 rounds in a row, but you can't really predict that. If I were to predict that, you would probably call me out for match fixing.
Yeah, I think at this point, especially with what we've just witnessed, the buy round being slaughtered of the B.O.O.T side, 3 frags in quick succession. I mean, the last man standing will be B.O.O.T.
Look, he's on 1 HP.
Savage nearly ended up killing himself. He's definitely just, he's loving life at this point, enjoying the game for what it is. And it's going to be, so to find that last frag there, takes down, and Savage eventually will decide that it's all over.
He doesn't kill himself. TV kills him.
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, the CS you've all been waiting for, 13-1 scoreline.
Oh my god, the buy.
Yeah, I'm just going to let you just do your thing because I've got no words. This is the CS that we've all been waiting for, Tom, isn't it? We've waited for 2 hours to see this.
Well, the worst thing about that buy is Lovey even buys an auto sniper and then goes, oh, we doing the AWP thing? Okay, let's do the AWP thing. And just buys the 4th AWP on their team at the moment. We've seen SK pull this one off in a major on Mirage, which was pretty impressive. The pick play can work out sometimes, and well, there's TB finding the first frag of the round. That's not that surprising. That's just him going for an aggressive peek. It's whether or not they work it out, but it seems like they're just finding frags all the way over the map. No matter where they're going to push, there'll be an AWP player, and the problem is every single person on Cyberzen at the moment is hitting their shots. Yes, TB may be sort of flying high, but well, now they've just given up. They've just run 3 players in one by one into that AWP. He's not going to miss any of those shots. And, well, I'm actually thinking that the pause building up to this game may actually be longer than the game itself.
I have a feeling we won't be, you know, I'm going to go so far as to say I have a feeling that depending on how the second map goes, that pause might be longer than the entire series at this point. Because, Tom, we've casted a BO5, it's been 2 hours. It's possible.
It is possible. I'm sort of hoping that we may see a little bit different, but you never know. I kind of like to go eat and stuff as well. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding. I'm not that much of a sort of savage on this team. But no, it's definitely a change of yesterday.
Certainly a change indeed. And, well, if there's one thing for sure, this game is ringing true to those odds. A 90% odds for Cyberzen to walk away with this one. I think the bettors at this point, if they have decided to bet on the underdog side of B.O.O.T, I'll be a little bit worried. Of course, can't them out completely. There's still a round left to be played. And also we do have that second map potential when they try and bring things back. Can't write off the second map. We've seen a stomp before today. Let's zone things back from the jokes. We have seen a ridiculous stomp take place, and then we've seen the team come back and win 2-1.
Yeah, and it was on this very map. So it is definitely one of those maps where you say, yeah, there are some teams that just can't play this map. And when you only get 1 ban, sometimes that is the problem. I don't know whether or not the setups are not quite there. Maybe that's why starting on the CT side would have been better. But at the same time, I'm not too sure about a lot of the stuff. Like, in terms of getting, like, it's nowhere near as bad as the one earlier. Because the one earlier, they got stomped on the T side. Like, they were on CT, they were on the favored side of the map. Whereas this is, you're being stomped by the favored side of the map, and sometimes when you are on that T side, it just feels like there's nothing you can do, and you get yourself down and demoralized. That's the big problem with Train. Like, you'll see so many times these hefty, one-sided maps. Like, there are times when this has felt almost like Nuke, where it's like, oh, we lost the pistol, okay, we're probably done. And that's just a sort of horrible scenario in this map, because if you don't have certain setups to get yourself the bomb down, if you don't have things ready and waiting to sort of try and close this out, then you really are in trouble. The only real thing that they can hope to do here is try and just do a streak that's one better.
Well, they need a pistol round first to kick things off. They're going to be tapping away with the USBs. Original going to be trying his valiant best, but nothing seems to be hitting. He's just tapping and tapping away. Eventually finds front 1 frag, though. Takes down TB. Now Cyberzen, they are looking to punish them for this. Get themselves onto that B site. Kicking things off in another explosive fashion, as they know they want that bomb site. There's only 2 players to hold it. The pressure's going to be on. It's going to be Ethan and Assassin to do just that.
Yeah, Ethan in a decent position, but the flashbang's going to leave him with next to no vision. Somehow they've still not spotted him out, so he will actually do quite a lot of damage and is going to find another kill. The bomb plant will mean that there's something to be held, and a deagle in the pistol round, like, I think that's even more overzealous than buying the auto sniper or buy. Like, I am not a fan of the deagle in the pistol round because I just feel like it's completely unnecessary. As you can see, 1 bullet from any gun to the head, except maybe the Glock at long range, is a kill. So why would you buy a deagle? Like, the whole point of that weapon is to sort of hit headshots against armor because it has full armor penetration. You will take their head off. That's the point. So it's just frustrating for me. I know that they're this far
I think that
front.
you're missing the point of the fact that Savage just thinks that
Savage is a savage, basically.
Yeah, a savage is basically just being savage.
Still, the only person who's allowed to buy the deagle in the pistol round is Nico, and that's because it's basically just an AWP. He has aimbot, let's just be honest. Joking, of course, for anybody who genuinely thinks he's cheating. If it comes out he is, then I called it, but if not, then I love you, Nico. Please keep doing what you're doing. But, yeah, we are going to see the deagle this round, which I think is fine. But straight rifle's actually on the board for B.O.O.T. So any player that goes down is going to be costly. And also they have no utility. What? They have 2 flashbangs, but not anything that's it. They don't even have a kit. So a bomb plant here could actually be quite detrimental. The nades are, well, it's basically 2 opposite buys. One have gone for heavy on the nades, the other gone heavy on the rifles. It is an early buy. They've gone for it rather than saving up for the AK, so obviously feeling very confident. I can sort of see why. But yeah, they're going to build up these smoke plays, and this is where we may see the difference between Cyberzen and B.O.O.T, because I don't think we saw any sort of smoke plays actually coming in onto the site. Well, we saw a couple, but they all got shut down, as you can see from the score.
We are going to be seeing a smoke play coming now, though. 3 smokes going to be landing, making that 4, in fact, now. Something B.O.O.T that, well, they might not even expect at this point. The Cyberzen just going to be darting straight through, looking to do the damage to the Tech-9s, but the spray down will come in. B.O.O.T will find himself one frag respectively. The CZ of TB, they will do some work, finds a frag on towards SA7. Well, trades come into plenty right now. This one is going backwards, forwards, left, right, and centre. But which direction will we actually have an outcome of as the Tech-9s are still trading backwards and forwards? Back to a 2v2 now. Assassin will be toggling the bomb. I'm hoping the Tech-9 won't face that long angle though, as Assassin going to be knocked down. The trade will come in once again, and we're back to a 1 versus 1. B.O.O.T, he knows where Avon is. Avon has a rifle though. He's going to go for the spray. And Cyberzen will pick up the round, and it'll be 15-2.
Well, it was something that I said, that any player who dies drops a rifle, and it just meant that they went into the hands, and that smoke play was really nice. They got the bomb down, and then they fell back into afterplants. That's what I like to see on train, and a lot of teams, you see them go aggressive once they get the bomb down on A. On B, perfectly viable, because you've got nowhere to hide on the B site. You can go all the way back up, and then you're isolated if they have a Molotov, so you have to go aggressive on the B site. On the A site, there's like, what, 3, 4 trains for you to actually hide behind? 4, in fact, you can see it on the map. Well, no, it is 3. On the other side, there's 4. But there's 3 trains for you to actually hide behind. You can hide in Pop Dog. There's so many positions you can actually take on the bomb. Doing what they did was actually really, really smart. And even in the possible last round, they're actually still going to go with the SMGs in case they do need that extra money. And you can already see Savage will find the first kill of the round.
Nice way for them to kick things off here as Ethan will find himself a frag back. We're utilising that CZ full close range advantage, trying to find another fragger. Avent going to be punishing it. Lovey finds one for himself, and one by one, the last remaining members of B.O.O.T seem to be falling. It's all going to be on the hearts, well, of Original. He needs to really be digging deep into that heart right now and find something out of nowhere, because, well, they're rapidly dropping HP, rapidly dropping men as SA7 will fall. Now it's all on this CZ. He's going to be spamming it away. It's rattling off those shots. Can it find anything? The answer is going to be no. And we're going to find ourselves at a 16-2 first map.
Well, doesn't even look like Cyberzen had to break a sweat in that one. Sheer dominance. They don't even look particularly happy.
It's just kind of like, why did we just wait?
Well, we're done now. Okay, let's go on to the next map. And, well, feeling incredibly confident after that one. That was just an absolute ludicrous display. Either way, we will have Cobblestone coming up shortly. And, well, the last time these two teams played on Cobblestone, we saw a 16-3 in favor of Cyberzen. So, yeah.
I think we'll just leave it on that point, to be honest.
I think in terms of analysis, they got smashed. That's about it, really. We can come back and we'll go through it a little bit more in just a moment. But, yeah, that's about it. They got destroyed.
E-Gaming Bets. We accept bets on computer games online since 2011. Referral system for regular users and the first deposit bonus. Gaming devices store and the best choice of payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, Counter-Strike and StarCraft, World of Tanks and League of Legends. EGB.com. You know for sure who's going to win.
Getting tired of playing with the usual skins but don't have enough money to buy a new one? Get rich fast with CSGoFast.com. CS Go Fast. It's a strong chance of winning in every game. Several rooms with different game modes. Daily, more than 1,000 games, 5,000 players, and 25,000 skins at stake. You don't need much in order to sweep the board.